Good morning.
Hi.
It's cruise day.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Tuesday.
Yay. Hi, it's Bethany, and this is a Faye in the Life. Long time no see. Today we're going on a cruise with Carnival on the Carnival Mardi Gras. My mom and dad are coming with us, and then me, Brandon, and Kennedy are going. It's an 8-day cruise, and we're going to a few different ports that we haven't been to before, so we're pretty excited about that. Gibbert's back here getting ready to see us off. We have a couple of last-minute packing things we need to do and grab some stuff at Walgreens and get some cash out for tips, and then we are ready to go. So as you know, we all live pretty close to the port. We're about 40-45 minutes away, depending on traffic. We all rode up together. My mom and dad drove in their car since their trunk space has a little more room for all of our luggage. So we all rode up to Port Canaveral together. We always get really excited when we first start seeing the boat from the car. We just parked in the parking garage and then headed on over across the ramp into the actual port facility. You're not allowed to take photos or video or anything like that inside of there, so we did our check-in. We had faster to the fun, so we had priority boarding. When we signed up 2 weeks prior to the cruise leaving, my parents got a 10 o'clock time and we got a 1 o'clock time, but they ended up letting us all just go in at the earlier time since we were all together. So that was perfect. Once you walk in where you board, you're right here in the main kind of area called Grand Central. So that's kind of the central location of the boat. And then we went our separate ways. My parents were at the back of the boat and we were all the way at the front. So even though we were on the same deck, totally opposite ends of the ship. And since Mardi Gras is pretty large, we definitely felt that going back and forth to each other's rooms. So we actually opted for a premium interior, but the cool thing about this type of room is that it's basically a balcony without the balcony. So we had a little bit more room for the three of us, and it was pretty spacious for being an interior room. I don't know how it would feel having 4 people in a room. Just with the 3 of us, it was fine. Could be a little cramped if you have more than 3 people. After we got all our stuff dropped off in our room, we headed up to Lido. Guy's Burgers was really busy, so of course, so we didn't get that first off. So we just head up to the buffet. That seems to be what we usually do on Embarkation Day. Brandon does like to get his Guy's Burger, but like I said, the line was so long, we just didn't want to wait there that time. We got some hot dogs off of the Lido deck. They had a ton of other yummy stuff up there too. And then I decided to be brave and patient and wait in line for Shaq's Big Chicken restaurant. So Kennedy and Brandon stayed in the Lido buffet dining area. And then I went ahead back there and picked out food for him and I to share. So we got the chicken sandwiches. Gotta say, they were really good. I was very impressed with it. We actually went back a couple times, but we really liked it. So Shaq's Big Chicken was definitely a big hit. After lunch, we all just went around and explored. So we just kind of got our bearings on the ship. We had never been on Mardi Gras before. My mom and dad had actually gone on Mardi Gras last year with my sister and ended up, they knew where all the things were and kind of the little nuances of the ship. So they didn't have any issues at all. Kennedy, Brandon, and I, we all just kind of wandered around and explored the ship, kind of just to get our bearings and figure out where everything is. Of course, Kennedy didn't nap, so she likes to just go because she starts getting tired. So we walked her all over the place. This nice lady took our picture in front of the French Quarter sign, which is one of the neighborhoods on Mardi Gras. So they kind of split the boat off into little different sections. It was similar to how the Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas was that we went on in January of this year, where they had like the different kind of themed areas. So Mardi Gras had like the French Quarter where Emeril's Bistro was, and then they had the Grand Central, which is where all of the like main shows were and things like that. was kind of the center of the ship. And then they had Summer Landing, which was where the pools were and the barbecue joints. So it was kind of split out that way. One thing we were really excited that they had on the boat this time was the Dr. Seuss Bookville, which is where they have like all sorts of Dr. Seuss library books in here. You can't take them out, but you can come in here with your little ones and you can read, and they have blocks to play with, and they had some baby toys and stuff like that. So if you have really, really little kids and you don't want to put them in camp, but you need something for them to do, this is kind of a perfect little area for that. Kennedy had a good time just playing with the blocks and kind of coming in here and checking it out. She didn't really want to go to the camp, even though she started VPK this year, so she was kind of used to going to school and being away from us and stuff like that. I think it was just a little bit too much for her still, where she felt a little nervous about going, so we didn't sign her up for the camp. But the Bookville is right off of Camp Ocean, so if you guys decide to send your kids to Camp Ocean, I hear it's wonderful. They do a lot of really fun stuff and activities and crafts and play games. They watch movies. They have like a family movie night even, so mom and dads can go with their kids to go do things like that. And then some of the activities too are kind of open for everyone to come in, so that's a really cool idea. Maybe next time she'll decide that she's brave enough to go do it. For dinner that day, we ended up going to Chibang. It is the Chinese food / Mexican food restaurant. It has all sorts of different stuff on their menu. Personally, I didn't think it was all that in a bag of chips. It was good, but it wasn't fantastic. It was free for us to go the first time, so that's why we went. And if I had had to pay for it, which you have to if you go on subsequent occasions, I wouldn't have paid for it. There's a lot of other really great options for food that are either free or other things that are upcharges that I thought were better, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, after dinner, we ended up just going back to the room. Like I said, Kennedy did a nap, so she was tired. We were all tired from walking around all day on this giant ship, so we ended up just turning in for the night. Good morning!
Good morning.
We survived the night on day 1. Kennedy started getting a little cranky last night, so we did go to bed a little bit early. We didn't go to the show like we were gonna do, but we did end up sleeping pretty well. One difference, big difference, in having an interior room versus having one with a balcony or a window is not having sunlight. We have a nightlight in here. It wasn't an issue at night, but we ended up sleeping until 8, and I guess really that's not an issue having a kid. She's normally up by 6:37. She got up at 5:30 just to use the bathroom, went back to bed, and then we ended up all going back to sleep, and we slept until 8. So we definitely needed the rest. Yesterday was a long and eventful day, but we ended up sleeping pretty well. It was really quiet in our corner of the ship. Literal corner, we're in the front corner. It is very motiony up here. It rocks back and forth all night, but it wasn't too bad. We both have the motion sickness patch on, so we weren't sick or anything. It's just you could really feel the movement up here. But we have an exciting day planned. Today is a boat day, so we are at sea, and we're gonna go to Sea Day brunch. All the Carnival cruises we've been on, I have never been on Sea Day brunch yet. So my parents and us are gonna go down there around 9.
Can we go on the pool that day?
We'll see. It looks like it's raining right now, but we'll see.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go have brunch because I haven't had to do that yet. And then
Are you okay?
I don't know what's happening. Brandon was taking a shower, and now it sounds like he's pressure washing inside of the bathroom. So hopefully the shower didn't get away from him. But anyway, so we're gonna do Sea Day brunch. We're gonna try that out for the first time. Usually we have the shorter cruises, and we do the Dr. Seuss breakfast. That's Sea Day brunch day. So we're gonna do that and check out those goodies. So you'll see pictures of those, and then we're just gonna wander around and hang out on the ship today. Clearly, because we have no other option. We started off our breakfast in the main dining room on day 2. One thing that was really disappointing in here was the banana bread. I know that it is gluten-free or gluten-friendly, A lot of times gluten-free / gluten-friendly stuff is pretty good. Honestly, it was probably one of the worst things that we had tried, and none of us wanted to touch it. Kennedy ended up getting some cereal and this yogurt parfait, guys. I love this parfait. I get it every single time. It's just yogurt with some fruit, and it has like dates and nuts and pumpkin seeds and this like homemade granola with honey on it. It's so good. So if you like yogurt parfaits, highly recommend that. Kennedy kind of did more of a brunch vibe here with getting mac and cheese and then chicken nuggets and fries. And then I got the Benedict, the skillet pancake, Brandon got huevos rancheros, and then my mom and dad got like eggs and toast and grits and kind of classic breakfast stuff over there. After breakfast, we just kind of went and explored a little bit, took some pictures. They have lots of great photo op areas. So we just kind of explored again. We just walked around, we were looking for ducks. One thing that was kind of exciting that happened on this cruise is I became gold in the VIFP club. So that just means I've spent 25 days at sea with Carnival. So I actually had one additional cruise that I went on before I met Brandon. On our next cruise, he'll be gold too, and Kennedy is not too far behind him. So probably within the next year or so, she'll be gold even. For lunch this day, we had actually booked the Teppenyaki restaurant. So Brandon and I love Teppenyaki. It's so fun. So this is an upcharge. Highly recommend if you like this type of food. The service was great. The food was amazing. Like the performances were really good. It's very limited. There's only 3 tables in the restaurant, and I think they each fit like 8 to 10 people. So seating is limited, but they do offer a few different times that you can pick from. Like I said, we went to lunch. It was a little bit cheaper, and it wasn't as busy, so it was perfect. Kennedy had never been, so she didn't quite know what to expect. The fire like came our direction and she got so scared. Bless her heart. I felt so bad. We warned her about it ahead of time, but she still just got scared. So once she calmed down, she did okay, and our chef was so good. He kept apologizing to the other people like, look, you know, I don't want to scare her, so I'm not going to do the volcano, or I'm going to do this. Is that okay? He wanted to make sure that everybody still had a good time, but he also wanted to make sure she was good too. I thought that was really good. They sang the whole time. They did funny little animals with it. They did like a cobra here. They did all sorts of different takes on, popular songs and music. So it was really, really fun. We had a really good time. And then at the end, they give you like a little bento dessert box that had all sorts of different kinds of dessert in there. And everything was really, really good. That evening for dinner, we went to Cuciana del Capitano. It's their Italian restaurant on board. Again, this is one that you get an upcharge on your second and subsequent visits. So the first visit is free. We ended up going there and having dinner with my parents. It was really, really good. I highly recommend this one as well. After dinner, we went to the magic show, which sounds kind of funny. Josh Tevendale, he was really great. He put on a wonderful show. Kennedy really enjoyed herself. We had a good time. It was really, really good.
Good morning. We're on day 3 of our cruise. Today we are in port at Grand Turk and the Turks and Caicos, and we are just getting ready for the morning. We're gonna go have breakfast on Lido deck and wait for them to tell us we can get off the boat. We're just gonna go hang out, look at the shops. We always get a shot glass and a magnet everywhere we go, so we're gonna go look for those, and then we'll probably end up coming back to the boat. Kennedy wants to do the pool and like splash pad area. We figure a port day is probably good for that because there's not a lot of people on the boat right now. As you can see, she's full of energy. We did sleep much better last night. She was much less cranky yesterday, and she's clearly in a good mood this morning. So we're gonna go finish getting ready, and we're gonna head up to breakfast. Keep it in.
Good morning. It's today.
It's today. Yes, it's today.
We're gonna go to the pool and have fun, and we'll maybe find some more ducks. See our whole.
Yeah, you want to show them how much we have so far? Look, we found this one hanging up on someone's wall. We keep finding all these itty bitty baby ones. Oh, no, this one's all alone over here. There we go. This little guy, and then all these.
Like a past unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to get my fire turtle.
The turtles we got out of the claw machine here in the arcade, and then some of the ducks, and then we found a bunch of them so far. I think we're doing pretty good, huh?
Did we do the lion one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Today, it's today. It's good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We'll swim around in the pool today, baby ducks.
Hi YouTube.
We ended up just going up to Lido for breakfast. So Brandon actually ran over to Big Chick and got the breakfast sandwich there. Have to say the biscuit was kind of disappointing. It was a little bit dry, but the chicken, of course, was amazing. This was our first stop, and we had never been here before. So we went ahead and got off the boat. You just walk down the long pier. They take you through like a big giant store, basically. Where, you know, they have all the like liquor and bags and shirts and souvenir type stuff like that. And then once you walk through there, there's this whole little like market town kind of area. They had a guy that was like playing music out there. They had, you know, the Ron John surf shop. They had a Margaritaville. They had all sorts of different things. So we just kind of wandered around the little town area. We didn't do any excursions or anything. It's too hard with kids. At least as young as Kennedy is right now, there's a lot that she can't do. Whereas if it was just us, we may be going on stuff. But we just walked around. She wanted to take lots of pictures, so we did. They had some cute little areas like the Margaritaville bird, and then we could see the boat from where we were. The beach area looked really nice. It was supposed to be kind of icky weather the whole week, so we didn't want to go out onto the beach and bring all our stuff and get sandy and just have it rain. So we ended up going to the water park area. At first, Kennedy was super hesitant. She was also the only kid there. Finally got her warmed up to it. She played with the buckets a little bit. I actually got rained on by the giant bucket that drops out. I didn't realize I was like right under it, and then it came out and it was like boom. After we went to the water area, we ended up meeting up with my parents at one of the pools. So we went to the one on the back of the boat. So it was kind of cool. You could just see right out there into the ocean from there. So that was really pretty. And then after that, we ended up going up to the arcade. Kennedy and I just kind of wandered around the boat a little bit, just looking for ducks while Brandon relaxed in the room for a little bit. And then after that, we picked him up and went down to the dining room for dinner. So we had dinner in the dining room most nights. A lot of people say that the dining room food is not that great. Honestly, I really think it depends on what you get. For instance, the beef Wellington, I was not a fan of the mushrooms inside of it. I also had never had beef Wellington before. I love mushrooms, but I didn't like the flavor of it. And then the fish was kind of dry and under-seasoned. But then we had other things like the chicken, and then the desserts, of course, were all really, really good. So I think it just depends on what you get. The one thing that I do love about the dining room is the food is something that I don't always normally eat. So they'll have different things, like later on we tried duck. I like getting to try the different things. Of course, most of the time the food is also available on the Lido buffet, but I kind of feel like the dining room's a little fresher, even though I don't know if it actually is or not. But I like that it's not sitting there under the heat lamps and everybody's touching it. That night we went to the Family Feud show, which was awesome. It was very, very fun to watch. And then we headed back to the room, got our towel animal, and went to bed.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday and we are in Amber Cove today. So they have a little port area shopping center. They have a Del Sol. which is the place where you get like shirts and bags and jewelry, even nail polish, and everything changes color in the sun. So I haven't been to one of these since I was a teenager. We had one in the town that I grew up in, so I'm pretty excited to see what they have and maybe get some new stuff. We are getting dressed and ready to go. We're gonna go grab some breakfast real quick and then head straight off the boat from there before it gets too hot outside. And then we're just gonna walk around, wander, see what they have, and then we'll probably just make our way back to the boat, just to hang out here again today. So let's get going.
It's good morning. I'm all ready for the day. And guess what today is? Build-A-Bear Day.
That's right.
I wish the Build-A-Bear again. I got a puppy already. I got a kitty cat already. But there's tons of more. Maybe a frog or something else. Bye-bye.
Totally forgot about that. We do have Build-A-Bear today, so we're going to check that out too.
There's two Build-A-Bears.
Yep, there's one today and one in a couple days, but we're only going to go to one. Just one. We'll get her a new friend. We usually do this every Carnival cruise, and she loves to do it. It's something fun for her. So that's one of the things we're going to do. What?
Mommy, show them how many other ducks
Oh,
we got.
let's get our duck update. Yes. So here's our duck update.
Show the rainbow one.
They're multiplying.
Show the potty that's in Jesus.
We even found a little Jesus guy hidden somewhere. And this really cool rainbow one. And then here's our towel animal collection so far. And we even hit a duck for the next people that have our room.
I told you guys every day that I get this parfait. I love it. Cannot say enough good things about it. We got just kind of regular breakfast stuff today. The pancakes were kind of meh. The avocado toast was pretty good. And the bananas French toast we've had before, and we always enjoy that too. So breakfast was pretty quick and chill, pretty mild. We just went there real quick because we wanted to head out to the port right away. It was supposed to be yucky weather again, as you can see here. It was already kind of dreary and sprinkling and looked like it was going to open up at any moment in the sky. So they had all these little rickshaws going around, taking people back and forth from the boat, which was really cool. We ended up walking all the way down, just kind of taking in the sights. It was the first time that Kennedy had ever seen mountains, so that was pretty cool. And then just the landscape was really beautiful. Like the entryway was this cool like castle looking thing, which was really neat. Right when we go through, you end up going into like the town center again. They have all the excursion drop or pickup points. And then they have, of course, some shopping and things like that. So they have a Del Sol here. And I haven't been to Del Sol since I was a teenager because we had one in the town I grew up in. So I was really excited to go in there, and it's so silly, but I got nail polish for me and Kennedy, and then a shirt for each of us, including Jackson. Right after we finished at the shop, it started pouring. So we ended up taking the rickshaw back over to the boat. Our driver was awesome. He kept going like, giddy up, and like smacking his behind, like, hurry up, go faster. And he was really fun. And the rickshaws were free. We made sure that we gave him a tip because he was entertaining, as well as hauling our butts across the entire, giant long pier back to the boat. So that was our adventures in Amber Cove. Nothing too terribly exciting, but it seemed like everybody was off the boat at this point, so we pretty much had it to ourselves. So it was kind of cool that we just walked around and had like nobody around. We got to just take our time, explore. This is when we finally got some pictures of like the areas. So this is Emeril's Bistro and part of the French Quarter. They were actually getting all set up for the Mardi Gras parade that was upcoming. And then down in that area too is the Carnival Kitchen. My dad actually did this on their cruise on the Mardi Gras last year. You just sign up for different classes and you can pick you can go as much as you want. You just have to pay for each one. It was kind of a bummer that the weather ended up being kind of dreary and sad because it was really beautiful here. It's just unfortunate because a lot of the pictures and how pretty the water was and stuff like that, how green everything was, didn't really show up in the pictures because it was so overcast. We ended up going to Pagan Anchor and we didn't eat, but we did play trivia. So we did a couple rounds of trivia. My mom was so excited because she finally got a trophy. She went last year, like I said, and there was a lady who was cheating the whole time, so she didn't get a trophy. So she was very, very excited that we got a trophy, that she got a trophy this time. The other activity we had for this day was Build-A-Bear. So they actually had 2 Build-A-Bear times and days on this boat because it was such a long trip. So we went to the first one and we did our little heart ceremony. We usually do Build-A-Bear every single time we come on a Carnival ship. This one, she ended up making a bear and she named her Acelicy, which we kept saying Caesar salad, sesame seed, what's her name, Celsius, and then she changed her name to Flowery because she had a flowery dress that she got for her. That evening was the kind of Mardi Gras parade and show. So they had all sorts of like the jazz bands and it was supposed to look like New Orleans for Mardi Gras, and it was really, really fun. Very high energy, lots of dancing and singing and music. And then at the end of the show, they ended up doing the Mardi Gras parade. So they had interviewed or held auditions for the Mardi Gras king and queen a few days prior, and they crowned them at the end of the show. So they came in and they were on their chairs and there they were, and that was our king and queen of Mardi Gras for our boat. After that, the next show was Voodoo Moon, which was spooky and creepy and all of the lovely, wonderful paranormal type things about New Orleans. So that was a really good show. We really enjoyed it. Kennedy especially loved she kept calling her the princess, but the main girl, she especially loved her and her singing and dancing and everything like that. Kennedy actually started doing ballet and tap this year, so she's been getting very into dance and really enjoying kind of seeing that. But the magician guy came back out, Josh Tevendale that we saw the first night. He came back out. He was actually in a couple of these shows, so he was in this one as well, so that was pretty cool to see him again. He was always really, really entertaining. They just did the whole show. It had a whole storyline and everything, so it was like a little mini musical, but it was all really good. Highly recommend their shows. All of the performers really do an amazing job with all of the shows and performances.
Hi guys, good morning. We are in San Juan, Puerto Rico this morning. We're actually still on our way there. We're supposed to get there around 10. It's a little bit after 8:30, almost 9 o'clock now. So we are going to head up to breakfast. We're going to check out Guy's Pagan Anchor. They have a breakfast buffet. Not sure if it's the same as the Lido buffet, but we're going to check it out and see. We are just finishing getting dressed so we can head on up there. And then we are going to get off the boat around 10:15 is when they said we'd be ready to get off in San Juan. So we're just going to go explore around there, check it out, and then we are probably just going to end up coming back to the boat and hanging out here, which is pretty much what we usually do. Yesterday in Amber Cove, it started raining as soon as we got there, so we were able to go to a couple shops, and then we were like, let's just go back to the boat. We're finishing up getting ready, and then we're going to go ahead and head up to breakfast.
Hi! Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, YouTube.
Oh, do you want to show them what you got yesterday? Who's this? Does she have a name?
I forget her name.
You forgot her name? Are you going to make up a new one? Yeah.
Can I name her Olivia?
Lydia? Okay. Not just Lydia?
Olivia.
Lydia. Okay. Hi, Lydia.
Having some breakfast at Lido, and real quick before heading out, we got off. They have this giant like building that you go into for the port. It's very large and very noisy, so it filled up quickly because all of the excursions kind of meet in this area. My mom texted us and was like, hey, I want to come and go with you guys to walk around. So we waited there for her. Kennedy kept seeing the service dog everywhere and insisted on having us take a picture. So our Puerto Rico experience was not the greatest. As soon as we walked out of the port area, we're bombarded with people trying to get us to take a taxi or take a tour or go do this or buy this. And unfortunately, there were a lot of homeless people right outside the port. So I would just be mindful of that. I mean, I'm always trying to be aware, especially having a young child with us. Not saying that anything bad would have happened or that people were malicious, never really felt threatened or anything. Always keep an eye out, stay safe, stay aware of your surroundings. They had a bunch of little shops and stuff set up along the road, and we walked through all of them. As we crossed the street, Kennedy fell and scraped her knee. So thankfully, there was a Walgreens right there. So we ended up just going to Walgreens and we ended up just buying our magnets and our shot glass there. Everything was like a 45-minute to an hour walk away from the port. They have like a fort, and I think there's like an old kind of town area. We weren't really feeling it at this point. It was so hot. And then also because Kennedy hurt herself, she was kind of cranky. Kennedy and Brandon found this cute little duck on a raft. We had dinner in the dining room again, and we have this lemon dill comfort soup, which my mom and I both love. The spaghetti was really good. The chicken parm was pretty good. We went to the Rock Revolution show that evening. As always, the shows are always really good, really entertaining, very well put together.
Good morning. Today we are in St. Thomas. We just docked a couple hours ago. Brandon let me and Kennedy sleep in a little bit, so hopefully she's not cranky today. And then we're gonna go up to get breakfast right now, and then we'll probably head off the boat to check out the town. But real quick, she wanted to show you guys all of the ducks that we have found so far. We made out really good yesterday and found some pretty cool ones. So she's gonna show you that, and then we're gonna head up to breakfast. This one so far is the coolest duck that we have found. It has a little floaty, sunglasses, a hat, and a gold chain. And then we got ductile animals yesterday. Here's our other days. And then Kennedy's gonna show you the rest.
This is a unicorn egg.
And we even got a sticker.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
How about I start with the tiger?
Yeah, look at all those little ones. That's a magnet we got.
Cat, me.
And then walk down there and show them the rest. Yeah, there we go.
And that's it.
All right, let's go.
Hi, YouTube.
Here we are in St. Thomas, and we were actually excited because the weather actually looked good for a change. So every other day had been kind of bleak and dreary, and today looked beautiful. So we really got to see like the mountains and the scenery, and it was really, really gorgeous. So we were really impressed with that. We were excited to get out, get off the boat and go walk around in the little town. And then as we started going through the town, here comes the storm cloud. So you can see in the different pictures, it's starting to move in. The gray clouds are coming in. It's starting to look kind of dreary, things like that. So we walked down into the town and ended up going to a few of the shops. So they had another Del Sol there, and with going from the cruises, you can go in there and get like a free gift. So they were giving out color change rings. So they had some, and so the lady gave us like a handful for Kennedy. So that was really nice. And of course she loved it because she really likes the color changing stuff. We went into another store to just pick out our souvenirs and everything. And then all of a sudden the heavens opened up and it started pouring. So we ended up just leaving and going back to the boat. We had our towel animal already, Kennedy in her favorite red chair that she loved to go sit in almost every single time we went by it. For lunch, we ended up going to Guy's Barbecue Joint. It's inside on Summer Landing. So we actually had food We actually had barbecue food from in there. It's a sit-down restaurant, no extra charge unless you get like fancy food like ribs or something like that. But the just general menu is free, no extra charge, and then you get a dessert. So Kennedy got Mississippi mud pie. I got a bananas Foster pie, which was pretty good, and then there was an apple crumble as well that Brandon got. We played a little bit of foosball, which was kind of hard to do on a boat. That evening we went to another show, and this one they did all sorts of different music, New York kind of themed music and stuff like that, so that one was really good too. After the show was over, we went and picked up a 6-pack of beignets at Emeril's Bistro. They were good.
Good morning. Today is Friday.
Good morning.
Friday.
Good morning.
We're heading up to Sea Day brunch. We have 2 at sea days, today and tomorrow, and then we're just gonna find a bunch of fun around the boat. So here we go.
So we actually had Sea Day brunch in the dining room again. So we had chicken and waffles, we had the skillet cake again, steak and eggs. Like, we all ended up going and having delicious, yummy food. We even got cake for breakfast. I mean, you can't be mad at that. Kennedy, Brandon, and I went to the Seuss. They actually like have all the characters out, and then the cruise director actually came out and read Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. CJ was our cruise director, and he was really cool. Like, he had just a good vibe, and he was very expressive when he read the story and things like that. And they have like the characters like acting it out and things like that. So it's really fun for the kids. If you have kids, highly recommend it. Had to make a pit stop at Kennedy's favorite painting of the Little Mermaid. For dinner that night, we did go over to the dining room again. It was one of the formal nights, so we ended up having this chilled strawberry soup. I love. This was actually our lobster night, and I got prime rib, which is one of my favorite dishes. Of course, for dessert, we had the creme brulee. Let me tell you, this panna cotta was so bizarre. You see Brandon, he's like jiggling it, like, what is this? Other than that, it was all really, really good. Brandon and I ended up going over to a comedy show while my parents watched Kennedy. All of the comedians on this ship were really, really amazing. For the evening show was Vegas Nights, and that's how you picture that one too. With Kennedy and of course here's Josh Dale again doing his magician stuff, and then the rest of the show was really, really good. Like, really great performers. Like, just the ability and the constant movement and choreography, like, everything was really cool. And then 2 girls get up here on this pole thing, and then they're like swinging back and forth. Like, it was so crazy. And I was like, there is no way in heck I would ever do something like that.
Hi, good morning. Today is Saturday. It is our last day on the boat. Another sea day as we're heading back home to Port Canaveral. Last night was full of fun and excitement. At around 1:30, the alarm started going off. Kind of just sounded like a fire alarm. It wasn't the muster station alarm that they tell you about when you do your muster drill, but everybody's peeking out in the hallway. We woke up in a panic. Poor Kennedy, it was so loud. We were able to put her noise canceling headphones on to help a little, but it was so loud. The entire floor, everybody looked down, peeking their heads out. What are we doing? Are we evacuating? Like, what's going on? But the security was actually on our floor at the end, and they were like, no, it's just something wrong with the system. Everybody go back to your room. Like, it's okay. So that went on for about 30 minutes or so, and then we ended up, after it stopped finally, woohoo, they made an announcement. TJ, the cruise director, made an announcement, let us know that it was just a system issue or technical difficulties. So he actually came on again about 15 minutes later, just saying, yep, that's what it was. Like, everyone's good. We'll let you know if something else is actually going on, but no other announcements yet. So seems like we're good, but that was a fun-filled event on our boat, especially on the last day. We've been on a few cruises and never had that happen before, so that was definitely something different. Today is our Dr. Seuss breakfast, so we're getting ready for that. We just got Kennedy up. We let her sleep in as long as we could, just because of the fiasco last night. So we are gonna go ahead and head up to breakfast in just a few minutes. Yeah, and she got extra snuggles this morning. Here we are.
I usually
But anyway, we're gonna get her dressed and ready to go. We're doing thing 1, thing 2 birthday breakfast today. So they have changed it a little bit since the last time we did the Dr. Seuss breakfast. So we're excited
Now
to
we
see.
get to sing happy birthday.
Yeah, so we're excited to see what some of the differences are.
Despite our intense evening / early morning, we went over to the Dr. Seuss breakfast. They actually call it thing 1 and thing 2's birthday breakfast bash now, I think. It used to be the Dr. Seuss brunch or breakfast, I can't remember. But we've done this pretty much every cruise that we've gone on with Carnival with Kennedy. So it usually has like really fun breakfast stuff. It's not like the greatest food ever, but it's fun for the kids, and they have the characters come out and dance around and they sing songs and stuff like that. Kennedy always enjoys going. We were kind of disappointed this time around. The food was so-so. I mean, I'm not going expecting a gourmet meal when it's brightly colored red and green, but we were just kind of like, I don't know if we'll do this next time. I feel like I kind of liked the previous iteration of this breakfast a little more than the current one. After breakfast, we just did our thing. We hung out in the room for a little bit. We went duck hunting. We actually stopped by and had some lunch in the Emeril's Bistro. I got the shrimp po' boy, Brandon got shrimp scampi, and of course we had to get the beignets again. We ended up going to a trivia game, and look at me there, I'm in 3rd place. So I was pretty impressed with myself. Brandon and I, of course, we were playing together, but I was like, woohoo, look at me with 3rd place. And then here's just some pictures we had on the cruise. So that was our birthday breakfast, first formal night picture. My mom actually made this dress for Kennedy, and she was so excited to wear it. And a little Miss Attitude over here with her rainbow lei. And then we actually got this one printed out so we could frame it at home. This one got to hang out with the towel animal mascot. We had dinner in the dining room. This was the night that we tried duck. It was coffee glazed duck, and it didn't taste like coffee at all. So if you're worried about that, that was not off-putting. Brandon actually tried it. He didn't seem to mind it. I wasn't a big fan. And then of course the last evening, they always do baked Alaska as the dessert. They always sing their goodbye song on the last evening in the dining room as well. So they were singing that here. And then after this, we didn't go to any shows or anything like that. We just kind of turned in for the night. We knew we were going to do the early debarkation in the morning and just get right off the boat and get home. Plus we were a little bit tired from being woken up with the fire alarm that morning. They never did make any other announcements about it or anything that was going on. Of course, there's rumors swirling about what actually happened, but they told us it was just a glitch in the matrix, if you will. Let me know if you've gone on Mardi Gras, what you thought of it. We were impressed. We definitely like the big boats and the long trips. So we definitely will be doing hopefully more longer cruises like this in the future. Hi guys, we finally made it home. We picked up our puppy from my mother-in-law's house and made sure that the cats were good, the chickens are good, everything is great. We have about 400 loads of laundry to do since we didn't do any on the boat, but I wanted to show you guys all the ducks that we got. I think we had a really good haul on ducks this time. These turtles in the back row, we have 26 of those. A lot of them we won in the arcade. They have like a claw machine where you're guaranteed to win, so that's what Kennedy likes to play. We did find 1 or 2 out and about on the ship as well. We got 7 magnets. This one I'm particularly proud of. It was stuck in the top of one of the fire alarms on the ceiling, so you couldn't see it. I just happened to see this little tiny piece of the wing poking out, and it happened to be a duck. So who knows how long it's been there. It didn't have a name or number or anything on it, but that one I was pretty proud of. And then these 3 are stickers that we found. We got 2 ducky keychains, and then these cute little penguins. We also got a topper, like a straw topper for your cup. That was a duck, and these super cool glasses that have a little ducky on the side. We got 39 of these itty bitty ducks, which were super hard to find. Because they're itty bitty. That's right. We got this little one that's kind of a medium size with a cool hat. This one is an eraser. A lot of these sparkly ducks we found in the claw machine. They have a duck claw machine too. A Some of them were hidden, and some of them came from the duck machine as well. This one, a girl came up and asked if Kennedy wanted it and gave it to her. And then this one here, we were walking back to our room on the last night. Someone was handing ducks out and asked her if she wanted one. But here's all the rest. Kennedy loves this princess one we got out of the claw machine.
I also like both of the
There's two of them. There's
the
a,
unicorn and the cupcake also.
yeah.
And the one that I found in the elevator, I was really proud for.
Yep, that's this one right here.
Yep.
There's this cute little one with these heart glasses, has a hat, the inch of gold inner tube, and then there's this one that they found as well. So that was a good find also. Then these little medium-sized ones, those are just hidden all over the place. And then there's all the rest of them. We have a little sheep, we've got a pirate, a unicorn, a cupcake. Kennedy really wanted that one out of the claw machine. We have a vet, this paint splatter one, a boat captain with some cool sunglasses. This one has a little Vegas flair to it with a little tail feather. Another sheep, there's an emoji duck, someone in a bikini, a ninja, some Minecraft ones, this cute little pink owl, another pirate, this one in an eggshell, there's a shark, two sharks back there, this one with a bunch of cruise little pictures on it, binoculars and palm trees and stuff. I think that's a basketball duck, a skeleton duck. This one's ready for a day at the beach. These were funny, they had hair. I've never seen that before. A little Mardi Gras duck, ready for the parade. A lion, another ship captain, an American themed one, this ladybug, another one in an egg, a fire duck, a Dracula or a vampire, this cute little pineapple duck, a little leopard, this one with a cruise ship on the front, and this one over here is a bunny, and then this one has some cool sunglasses and a surfboard. And in Mardi Gras theme, we also found this mask, it was hidden in the ceiling, and we won one round of trivia, so we got a piece of ship on a stick. So in all the big ducks in this row here, we had 87. I think this has got to be the biggest haul we have ever had of ducks on a cruise ship. Here's all the tags we got too from our ducks. I think all of them were from this current cruise. But from all over the country. Some of them are kids, some of them are grown-ups. But if you see your tag here, leave me a comment down below. Let me know, say hi. And of course, thank you for hiding ducks. Kennedy really enjoyed finding them. And to be fair, so did Brandon and I. While we are glad to be home, we did have a really good time. Kennedy had her moments of being 4 where she was just done and didn't want to do anything that she didn't want to do. But overall, the food was good. The shows were amazing. The room was actually really nice. Super quiet in the corner of the ship that we were on, other than the fire alarm at 1:30 in the morning the other night. But overall, everything was really good. I'm so glad that we went on this trip. I hope that anybody else who was on it had an equally great time. We are glad to be home, get back into our daily routine, get our laundry done, and I can tell you, I am so happy to be sleeping in my own bed tonight. We also miss all of our pets, our little farm that we have here, so I'm glad to be home with them. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for cruising along with us. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel if you like to see more like this. We definitely plan on taking more cruises in the future. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!